Hi, I'm Matt Rather, and we are Overthinking Eurovision. To say that Greece has had a bumpy relationship with the rest of Europe over the past few years is an understatement. Between recurring economic crises, contentious austerity measures, and an ongoing refugee crisis, Greece has been at odds with its neighbors and the EU as a whole pretty much constantly. Given these tensions, it is reasonable to expect that Greece would choose a 2016 Eurovision entry that tries to make nice with the rest of Europe.
Πλανήτης γη 2016. Ό,τι κι αν κάνουν η γενιά μας θα τα αντέξει. Την προσφυγιά την έζησα μικρός. Κοιτάζω πίσω μα προχωράω εμπρός.
Greece has just put us all on notice. They don't give a f***. Not one. Not a single f***. What's that you say? It's a rap song and rap songs never win at Eurovision? Yes, that's something I would have to seriously consider. If I gave a f***. Oh, the beat sounds like a dance remix of the theme from Xena Warrior Princess? My friend, if I did give a f***, I might argue that's a point in the song's favor. Oh, what's that? It's in Greek, and there hasn't been a winning song in a language other than English since 2007? Well, actually, it's in Pontic Greek, an archaic northern dialect that only about 10% of our own population speaks. And the only reason I give enough of a f*** to correct you is to drive home just how much of a f*** I don't give about the chances of this song winning. Let's back up a second. I suppose that it's not quite fair to say that Greece as a whole doesn't give a f***. It may not be the nation's fault. You see, the way Eurovision nominations usually work is that each country's national broadcasting network gets to pick the entry, usually by running some sort of small-scale national contest. In this case, the president of Greece's state-owned network, Dionysios Tsaknis, decided to cut the Gordian knot by personally and unilaterally selecting Utopian, a basically unknown folk rap group fronted by a King Leonidas lookalike, changing their name to a Ben Affleck movie, and just sort of flopping them onto the world stage. This is probably the least giving way to run your nation's selection process, so it is no surprise that the song and video give an equally non-existent number of f***s. You see, Eurovision is as much a popularity contest as it is a song contest. And as I mentioned at the top, right now, Greece is distinctly unpopular throughout Europe. Fairly or not, and I'm given to understand that it's pretty much not. A lot of people blame Greece for the Eurozone's ongoing sovereign debt crisis. So even if they had decided to play by the usual rules for Eurovision success, Greece probably wasn't going to be getting a lot of votes this year. And if playing by the usual rules isn't getting you anywhere, my friend, it is time to take off your shirt, start running, and stop giving all f***.
With the rise of the rising sun, dance with us and have some fun.
It's not like the song is bad, by the way. It's actually kind of great. This isn't the first Eurovision song to juxtapose real folk music with a dance-pop simulacrum of folk music, but this is one of the best versions of that trick that we've heard. And the rapping, well, I need to grab my Pontic Greek dictionary before I pretend to know what they're talking about. I caught something about anchovies, but just considered as a collection of rhythms and intensities, it totally works, putting it in roughly the same tier of hip-hop excellence as the lesser works of Nelly. Eurovision, you could, and have, done worse. The music video is pretty great too. The one-directional Running Man looks like a Zack Snyder cinematic adaptation of the classic Atari game Pitfall. Although, Zach, if you come near my beloved Pitfall and ruin it like you did Watchmen and Batman vs. Superman, I will end you. You want my pop culture weapons? Molon Labe. In contrast, the B-plot, with the folk dancers slowly assembling their gear, looks like the Hellenic Cultural Festival version of Schwarzenegger and Commando. Now that I could watch all day. Tsaknis has said that his intention in selecting the artist formerly known as Utopian to represent Greece this year was explicitly progressive and cosmopolitan. The history of the Pontic Greeks is one of migration and transnationalism throughout Europe and Central Asia. Choosing a band that proudly represents this heritage is a strong statement that both the past and the future of Greece and Europe are deeply intertwined. But if Greece's intention was to draw on transnational folkloric traditions to create a statement in favor of a new and positive vision of European solidarity, Why would they release a video about a shirtless everyman stampeding ever rightward across Europe's disintegrating political landscape, while the singers bark nationalistic-sounding couplets about anchovies and Utopia? The answer is simple. Greece has 99 problems, but giving a ain't one. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching Overthinking Eurovision. Here are some other videos you can watch, and here is a big button so you can subscribe to this channel and not miss anything. But if you really like what we do, we would love to have your support. Check out the Overthinking Eurovision Patreon page and become a patron there. It's patreon.com/Eurovision. And thanks for helping us to subject Eurovision to a level of scrutiny it probably doesn't deserve.